All right, well, you told me the other day you're sick of practice. You're back out there for the game. You know, how'd you feel out there? You look like you're doing pretty good. Did you kick off any rust, or you assess yourself? How you felt?
Yeah, big time. The hard thing is you always want to win games, right? Especially this time of year, that's the most important thing. But yeah, I just felt a little clunky. Personally, I love my game. I hold myself to the high standards I can, I think, and I have better too. And I think everyone in that room does. And I think we know it. I think that's why this one hurts a little bit.
Yeah, you mean, take us in the room a little bit. I mean, how disappointed are you guys? I mean, I know, look, you come from a high where you clinched a playoff spot on Wednesday night, but you still got things to play for. So it's, you know, I mean, how disappointed is tonight's loss, knowing that you're going to have to hit the road for the first round?
Yeah, I mean, it's the playoffs. Like we'll turn the page, and whoever we play, whenever we play it, it doesn't matter really. But I just think for me, and I'm sure Kinger probably said the same thing, but it's all about elevating at the right time and playing good hockey at the right time, and we still have one more game to do that and hit the ground running when we start playoffs, and that's, I think, the most important thing. You see teams get hot and go on runs, so it's obviously a few things we have to clean up. I think everyone can be better, like I said, and I think we all know that, and bring it tomorrow and see where we play and when and go from there.
I had a chance to talk to J-Mac after Wednesday's game. We were talking about the D-line pairings when you're back, Louis, and then you also got Corey Schooneman. You got such veteran presence to work with the young guys out there. What is that coordination like, Aaron, when you're with a younger guy and just obviously you're coaching them off the ice, but even on the ice, you know what I mean? You're trying to direct them, maybe guide them. What has that been like, and how does that benefit these young guys like that?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think anytime like Shu and Bell are great players and great leaders, and I think they showed you know, some of these younger guys how to play throughout the season this year, and really been a backboard, I think, for our team a lot of times, a lot of games. So yeah, anytime you can show a guy who's maybe the first year in the league, kind of learning the ropes a little bit and understanding how the game's played, and obviously our coaching staff does a great job too. So it's when you get it on both ends like that, I think it helps a player develop fast, and I think you're seeing now a lot of rookies are playing good hockey.
And just following up on that, is there a lot of talking that you guys do, like even on the ice, or like, hey, you know, get that up the side, or and then you come off the ice discussing it on the bench?
Yeah, for sure. I think you know, not only is it talking with a younger player, but I think building chemistry with anyone you're playing with, especially as a defenseman. You know, you're each other's backbone out there. So it's just supporting and talking, whether, like you said, during a shift on the ice, in between periods. I think all things are beneficial to create a better D pair, and even the forwards do the same way. It's just a game of hockey.
Aaron, Coach had some harsh words for your top line after tonight. He said he was going to have a talk with them. In your role as captain, kind of what do you necessarily do? It's, you know, two young guys in that line, in Protas and Miroshnichenko. After he has that talk to him, how do you kind of help them out in the locker room then after maybe something performance like tonight happens?
Yeah, you know, I think those are some high-end skilled players, right? So we need everybody in this, the whole playoffs, every game, every shift, every period. So I think that's going to be the focus for our group and our team. If everybody brings it, and obviously we always have great goaltending, so if everybody brings it in front of whoever's in net for us, it's we're going to have a good chance to win. So I think it's just, like I said earlier, sharpening some things up, playing the best hockey we can possibly play, you know, tomorrow and then into game one of playoffs.
You spent the first part of your career in Bridgeport. Obviously, the news officially came out a couple weeks ago that they will be moving to Hamilton at the end of the season. If you guys win tomorrow, it will become kind of your group's job to end the history of the Bridgeport franchise. Do you have any emotions with that? Do you think about your time in Bridgeport and kind of how you might be part of their closing chapter here?
Yeah, to be honest, not really. I think it's you know, they've obviously had a great run in Bridgeport, and a lot of good hockey teams and good you know, staff, players, coaches, everything went through that organization, that team. Yeah, I think it's the move they wanted to make. I don't necessarily think we'll close anything off and all that. I think for us and our team, the focus is on winning games, especially in the playoffs here.
On the note of Bridgeport, they like to move the puck up the ice. They like to play that high pressure, high volume game, and you clog the middle up. What are some of the things you think you guys did that helped you defend well tonight?
Yeah, you know, I think they have a really good team, obviously, right? They're well coached. They play a good system, so it's they're gonna be a tough team to beat in the playoffs, no matter who plays them, whether it's us or someone else. So, yeah, we'll obviously look at stuff, clean some up if we do happen to play them, and if not, whoever we play, we'll be ready for them game 1.
Derek King's talked a lot about the season, about cleaning up bad habits or fixing bad habits, and it seems like there's some of those issues still. The question I have is, heading into the playoffs, how many of these issues are fixable as you head into the playoffs?
I mean, if you're going into a playoff and you think something that you're doing is not fixable, you're gonna have problems. So I think, just about everything we do, we can control and clean up and be better. You're gonna have mistakes and problems, and as long as there's not a consistent errors being made on the same side of the puck or same play over and over again, I think you get through them. That's gonna be our group's job here on the ice every night, is just playing playoff hockey. I think that's what it comes down to. I know that's an overused phrase, but it's the truth. I mean, sometimes you can beat yourself in games, and the teams that don't seem to be the ones that play the longest.
And just one more from me is, Derek King actually talked about the ice wasn't really a good condition. Do you feel like I don't want to say that type of ice prepares you for the playoffs, but do you feel like those conditions are something you guys should prepare for the playoffs?
Yeah, maybe. Every rink is so different now. I mean, you go to some of these warmer climates too. It's the ice is what it is. I think obviously you prepare for it. We've played in a lot of these rinks, obviously, especially divisionally, a lot throughout the season. So we know what rinks to maybe bear down a little more here or there, and that's our job to do. So I know guys well. We'll be ready. Obviously, quick turnaround here and big game tomorrow, and to elevate and be ready to hit the ground running for game 1.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Aaron.
Appreciate it. Thank you.